Consider that the magnitude 9.0 earthquake in Japan just a few years ago, remember that? Killed more than 15,000 people in the north of Japan and injured thousands of others. Seismologists say that the quake that will strike on our Pacific Northwest coastline should be even stronger, at up to a 9.2. They call such a quake a margin rupture quake, and it's every bit as bad as it sounds. Here's the reason for it. Our entire continent sits on the North American tectonic shelf, right? Plate, I should say. Off the coast of the Pacific Northwest, from the top of Washington State all the way down to Northern California. This is it. And another plate called the Wahneta is trying to slide up under North America, but it's stuck. We have an illustration over here in the big wall. Let me show you what this is. This is our continent here. This is the Cascada Mountains. This is the Cascadia, what do they call it? The Cascadia what? The Cascadia Bridge. I was actually asking him, but thank you. The North American plate here and the Wahneta plate here. This one's sliding up under, and eventually this is going to go down, send a huge wall of water up. That wall will go all the way over to Japan, and the other will come onto our shore within 15 minutes. And when it slips, it will unleash not only a colossal earthquake, but also that tsunami, 700 miles long, and in some places up to a 100-foot high wall of water and whatever it's pushing, like houses and dump trucks and schools. Thousands and thousands will not escape. The New Yorker quotes a FEMA official who says, and I quote, "Our operating assumption is that everything west of Interstate 5 will be toast." Everything west of Interstate 5 is gone. That's Seattle, Tacoma, Portland and Olympia, Salem and Eugene, wiped out. Altogether about 7 million people. That's not including tourists. So think of summertime.
February the 15th, 2017. Guys, excuse the cold. We've had such extreme weather, going from short pants one day to coats the next here in the on the Gulf Coast, and it's finally caught up with me. But I want to talk about something, because very seldom do you see massive advances in the understanding of science and technology of our planet. But one of those has happened. They're saying a massive lake of molten carbon the size of Mexico was discovered under the U.S., and it could cause climate chaos. Situated under the western United States, 270 miles or 350 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface, and it's a layer of melting carbon covering 700,000 square miles. The upper mantle could contain up to 100 trillion metric tons of melting carbon, and its discovery challenges what researchers have assumed about how much carbon is trapped inside the planet. We talked about Yellowstone before, and they're talking about giant pockets that are occurring in the that four-state area, but they always considered that heat signature as molten rock. This changes the entire game, because the difference in molten rock during a volcanic eruption and the difference between the rock and the carbon is tremendous, in the difference in the way it affects our atmosphere. You're talking about days of darkness here, but you're saying a huge well of molten carbon that will spell disaster for the planet has been found under the United States.